All right. So, like I said, the title of this lesson is "Marriage is Holy." Right. So we're gonna go into the very first marriage that was actually instituted. So, just to recap on what I said before, right? The Most High created man and woman in whose image? In His own image, right? But that was a replica of something that was already happening where? In the heavens. So when He came down and He created Adam, Adam was lonely. We know the story. Then he, took went to the side of his rib, got his rib, his wife, and made who? Eve, right? So now we're gonna go into the first actual marriage, and actually understand something about what happened after they fell, and what happened to the marriage structure, and what's happening around the world, according to this society. So let's read about the first marriage, right? We in Genesis 2, we at verse 19.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 19. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field, and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam, to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. Verse 20. And Adam, or Adam, gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him.
So here we go. Adam was on earth, the only man on the earth, and he gave all the names to all the animals. But like, we gotta examine something. Do we think that the Most High didn't know Adam was lonely? Because if the family structure was already, is supposed to be what? Man, woman, and then what? Child. Right? Why would He create Adam by himself? Right? So this is just a segue into the Most High bringing in who? Eve. Go ahead.
Verse 22. No, verse 21. Verse 21.
Yep.
And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Lord power had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, This is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Verse 24. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
So you see there it goes. The first marriage ever to be recorded. Right? When the Most High created Eve, Adam said, now this woman right here, she shall be called woman, because she is what? Because she came out of me. So that means He actually loved her as He loved Himself. Because how you gonna hate something that came out of that came out of you? That's you right there. You understand? So that was the first understanding of having a wife. Love, that love right there. So he identified something came out of him. So now he said, like, now this is now bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Right? And there was something else that He instituted too. What was it? Read verse 24 again.
Verse 24.
Yeah.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother.
See, so this is what ultimately should happen upon marriage, right? You don't get married and stay home. That's not what marriage is supposed to be. So you're supposed to do what?
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife.
And shall cleave unto his wife. What does that mean? Cleave unto. What do you mean when you cleave unto something? You stuck together. Wherever you are, I am. Wherever she is, I am. So we cleave to your wife. Go ahead.
And they shall be one flesh.
And they shall be one flesh. That's to the bringing together of that rib was mine. Now my rib is coming back to me. So now we're one flesh. Like, that's to be perfect, to be one. That union, right? You loving your spouse as you love your own self, right? So now we're gonna go into the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Let's see what Zondervan, these scholars, has to say about marriage. Right? Let's see the understanding that they give on a on a so-called scholarly level according to marriage. So if you got the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, it's page 345, right? So I have the brother you could just read the highlighted parts. So here's a definition on marriage here.
Marriage is an intimate personal union to which a man and a woman consent, consummated and continuously nourished by sexual intercourse.
Okay, so we see that marriage is a intimate
Personal
and personal
union.
that's consented between what? A male and a female, right? So it's two people agreeing to be with each other and say, okay, you know what? I like you. Okay, I like you too. Okay, let's do it. Let's do this thing. Let's be together. But that was the original concept of what marriage is under who? Adam and Eve. But as we go along, you're going to see that there was laws that was instituted to hold each and every person accountable when it comes to marriage. Because it was no longer than you just, okay, I'm gonna just lay with this person and that's marriage. Okay, the Most High under Adam wanted it to be more than just that. Okay, the family's got to be involved. But continue.
And perfected in a lifelong partnership of mutual love and commitment.
So it says, and is perfected by a lifelong commitment. That means till death do us part. Right? And what else is said on that?
It is also a social institution regulated by the word of the Most High and by the laws and customs which a society develops to safeguard its own continuity and welfare.
See, it's a system, it's a social system that a society would develop through laws. And that society, the society of laws that we're going to read today is the society of the laws of who?
The Most High.
The Most High. For who? The children of Israel. So that means each nation or each culture had their laws to govern what deems someone married. So in this society that we live in today, what deems someone married?
A kiss.
A piece of paper.
And a kiss.
A kiss. You may now kiss your bride. And you sign the papers and now you're married. But according to the Most High, there was laws that was established to show that people were married. And we're going to go into those laws. Continue reading.
The Creator made man and woman, displaying his full image only as both man and woman.
You see that? And so what Zondervan is telling us is that marriage can only consist of what? Man and woman. That's the original meaning of marriage. All right? Not no man and all that is a foolishness and abomination in front of the Most High. And what's waiting after those ceremonies is the pits of hell. Go ahead.
Each is made for the other, their essential natures being complementary and brought into oneness in marriage. Marriage is the sacrament of human society. Husband and wife both share and perpetuate their happiness in having and rearing a family within the sphere of their own love. Thus, marriage is more than an end in itself. It is the means to ends outside the married couple. The unity of husband and wife is of the Most High's creative will. For from him come the love and grace which enable them to grow together in life and comradeship, to beget children, and to fulfill their responsibilities toward their children, and to society as a family unit. Husband and wife become one in relation to the community, so that through marriage a new social unit emerges.
So you see that? The completion of a marriage is what? Huh? What is the completion of a marriage? Zondervan just told us.
Through families being united.
Basically through childbirth. That consists of a family unit. That's what the Most High instituted with Adam and Eve. That's what he had going on in the heavens. It was the Most High, the Holy Spirit, and who else? Christ, Yasha'ah, right? So now, let's go. You can hold on. That's it on. You want to read that part?
Unless you want to bring that out later.
Yeah, you hold that later. So we see that there's supposed to be certain laws to govern what marriage is supposed to be. So we understood what Adam and Eve did, and we understood what our forefathers did, and how marriages was done. Y'all, does everybody in here understand how under the the Israelite laws, how people was deemed married?
It's in the book of Leviticus.
Yeah, we're gonna actually go into the book of Leviticus. Let's go to, sorry, matter of fact, we're going to the book of Deuteronomy. We're gonna go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22. These were the laws that was instituted, right, to keep especially our people in check, because there was something that happened when Adam sinned, right? Due to the sin of Adam, Satan was now able to come in now and do what? Destroy the family image of what the Most High instituted, right? So now because of the sin of Adam, laws had to be put in place on how to do it right now, right? Because like I said earlier, Satan came in to do what? The opposite of what the Most High came to do. The Most High came to give man, woman, and child. Satan now, through the sin of Adam, was able to come in now and distort all that now. Now we're going to read the laws concerning what the Most High was putting in place when the people were actually not living one to another as husband and wife. Now there had to be laws concerning what should one do under those circumstances. You understand? And what deems somebody to be married. So let's go to I said we in Deuteronomy 22, right? Mm-hmm. Take it at verse 13. Deuteronomy 22 and 13, starting at verse 13. So let's read the laws that was put in place under Moses to keep the people in check, or to hold everybody who was responsible accountable for their significant other. Because without those laws, there will be no marriages right now. Everybody would do what they want. And as you can see in this society, everybody is doing what they want. So let's go to Deuteronomy 22.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
If any man take a wife.
Here it goes. If any man take a wife, go ahead.
And go in unto her and hate her.
So what does that mean? We're all adults here. If a man take a wife and go in unto her, but he hates her now, what does that mean?
He sleeps with her.
He sleeps with her. And now he's, because he dealt with her already. So basically, back then it was understood, if you was to lay down with somebody, you're responsible to take care of that person. It's not, this society teaches, one night stands. This society is big on that. This is the reason why you don't see family structure no more. You don't see that going around no more. So now go ahead.
Verse 14. And give occasions of speech against her, and bring an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid.
So now, all of a sudden now, she was given to you in marriage, but now you don't want her no more. Now you want to give her a bad name and say she wasn't a maid when I got her, or she wasn't a virgin when I got her. She was already dealing with somebody. Now I only because of because it's fornication in play now, I don't want to be with her. That's just one example they was using. I'm pretty sure there was many examples our men were using just to put away their wives. And we're gonna read that too. Go ahead.
15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate.
Is everybody clear on the tokens of virginity in here? All right, go ahead.
Verse 16. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. And lo.
So you see, wait, let's pause it right there. So you see,
just in case someone else is
right. Yeah. So I'm gonna explain that. Yeah. So first of all, we see that the father of the damsel, or the young lady, actually did what? He gave his daughter away in marriage. That's righteous marriage. That's how it was set up under Israel, and how it should be to this day, right? The father, the young man approaches the father. I like your daughter, so he's gonna give his daughter to the young man. So now they would have the wedding ceremony, the man and the woman, they would go and consummate, and the token of virginity would be the damsel's, you know, her the blood, right?
It's 15:1. So.
Right. So that's the token of virginity right there. So now we see that in order to even be considered married in a society, in a society setting, as Zondervan clearly stated it, the father of the damsel has to give the daughter away. It wasn't no such thing as okay, we just gonna hook up and I'm your boyfriend, you my girlfriend. But there was even laws concerning that as well too. We're gonna read it. Continue. Go ahead.
Verse 17. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity.
So the father would now say, yo, he's lying. Here's the proof that my daughter was a virgin when I gave her to him as a wife. Go ahead.
Last line in verse 17. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. Verse 18. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him.
You see what they will do? So because he lied, because he tried to put away his wife, you know what I'm saying? Because he probably was tired dealing with her already. Now they'll see the token of virginity and do what to him? And chastise him. That's beating him. They would flog him in front of the whole community like this man is a liar and beat him like. Go ahead.
Verse 19.
Now that's righteous judgment though. Go ahead.
And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife, and he may not put her away all his days.
And you see, and that's how we protected the daughters of Zion back then. Now you see the daughters of Zion now are being portrayed as what? Harlots. And you know, our men is actually the ones behind that. Shabbat shalom, brother. So continue reading.
Verse 20. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel.
So now, if it is true now she wasn't found a virgin upon marriage, and he found out now. Now what's gonna happen to now let's see what's gonna happen.
21. Then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house.
So the whole community will drag the young lady who was not found a virgin in front of her father's house now. Go ahead.
And the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die. Because she hath wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house.
You see that? So that wasn't a comely thing for a young lady to do, to be sleeping around and messing with different guys. Like I said, in this society, that's big.
That's normal.
That's normal. You know what I'm saying? Girls brag about how much dudes they could get in one night. Like, you know what I'm saying? When if we was back then, you would be stoned for that. You would be put to death for that. That's putting away evil off the earth. That, you know what I'm saying? That don't need to be here. Go ahead.
I have a question. Why they didn't stone the men too?
Save that for the end. We'll get right into all that. We're getting into all that. All right. I know some of the sisters are gonna get a little hot for that, but you know, we'll deal with it.
You end up getting worse. Toss us off a cliff or something.
No, but if I'm gonna answer it real quick. In verse 18, it tells you what would happen to the man. He would get chastised for that if he lied for stuff like that.
But we just read the men.
That's what would happen to the man. The woman would get stoned because you know why? Because she's doing that under her father's roof. Because she's playing, she's one way with her father being innocent, but then who knows what she's doing when she's out there in the street. Her father could have sent her to the well real quick to get some water, and she took 3 hours to get that water from the well. So, you know, that's and plus that gives the father a bad name. That's why they would bring the daughter to the father's house, and the whole city would be there and like, yo, that's your daughter, man. Now the father is embarrassed because my daughter is playing the harlot, is playing a whore in my house. So what am I do about that? We got to take care of that. We got to put that away. But let's continue with the scriptures.
The last line in verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
So shalt thou put away evil from among you.
You see that? That's putting away evil from among us. Go ahead.
Verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband.
So now this is a law of a man. This is adultery here, right? She's already married to somebody, but she's sleeping around. What's the law on that? Go ahead.
I'll read 22 again. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die.
There it goes. Did you hear that, Marie? Both of them will die now. If a man was sleeping with another man's wife, then they will be both put to death. See? Go ahead.
You're going to get the big stone too, trust me.
For real.
Not a stone, a rock.
A rock, right? Or a boulder. Go ahead.
Both the man that lay with the woman, and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel. Verse 23. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. So shalt thou put away evil from among you.
Go ahead.
Verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
You see that? There you go.
That's rape, right?
That's rape. Go ahead.
Verse 26. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor, and slayeth him, even so is this matter. Verse 27. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin.
So now here's when it comes into two people just single now. Right? But there was no ceremony. The parents was not introduced. The father did not give her away, but she's interested in a young man, and the young man is interested in her now, and they want to be with each other. Here's the law concerning that. Go ahead.
If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not to be betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. Verse 30.
So that's the law concerning if a man finds a young sister, and then they like each other and they both lay down. The law concerning that is you can't just walk away from that. It's not. There was no such thing as one hitter quitter, or I'm gonna be dating you for X amount of months and then now we're not doing it no more. Under the laws, you as a man, you have an obligation to finish what you started, basically. And the father has to be involved, and because you did that without his permission, you gotta show the father respect now and pay him like, yo, I'm gonna pay you this. And now the father like, you have no choice now. Now we can understand, growing up in our cultures in the Caribbeans, why parents would force their children to get married if they were found pregnant. That's a custom that we kept still, but then you know what I'm saying. But we still kept it. But that's something that's in our culture. So you see there, like that was righteous. You know what I'm saying? You understand? Like that was righteous. So that's how we know the Most High was not dealing with no such thing called boyfriend and girlfriend. If you found a young lady and you made the conscious decisions to deal with each other, you have an obligation now and a responsibility to be with that person. Because anything else outside of that is what? Fornication. You understand? We're all adults here, so we gotta understand when we're doing, you know what I'm saying, what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the law went. Don't take it up with me. Take it up with the Most High, and then, you know what I'm saying, plead your cause. But
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have a question, but I was just thinking, like, Israel worked so hard and they slayed so many people in different nations. So that means that we have to be an example. You
Right.
can't kill everything that's sinful and be innocent in your own nation. You know?
Right.
So
Exactly.
I was just thinking about that.
Exactly. And when you look at it, and when you look at these laws, that was actually keeping the family structure alive. Something that was instituted from the beginning under Adam. So that was just the way to keep it the way the Most High intended it. But now, let's say we went through these steps. We have our little society, and we have people that's dealing with stuff, and we went through these steps, and the brother is still like, nah, I still don't. I cannot take her as my wife, right? Let's see what goes on, because like we said, Satan was now able to come in. You know what I'm saying? Satan was now able to come in through the sin of Adam, right, and destroy the whole family structure now, and that hating, you know what I'm saying? Like you just have a problem with your significant other for no reason. Where do you think that's coming from? Because when Adam seen Eve for the first time, he didn't have no bitterness towards her. He instantly loved her because he know that was something that came from me. I gotta cherish that because that's mine right there. You understand? So all that negative came from where?
Satan.
Exactly. You come home one day. Your slippers is not where it used to be. And now y'all fighting because, babe, why my slippers not? I put my slippers, and then y'all fighting because of slippers now. You understand? I mean, we all do it. Oh, that's nice. I didn't want to put you on blast like that, brother, but you know.
You put nothing on blast. I left in the same place. I expected to be there when I come back. That's it.
Right. I mean, brother, I'm the same way too, but we gotta understand, like, we gotta know when the enemy is really making a big deal out of the smallest thing. Like, you understand?
Because he don't like that.
He don't want to see the family structure. His whole thing is to destroy it and to make it so that way, you know what? I can't deal with you no more. Let's just call it quits. That's the ultimate goal.
Keep messing with my slippers.
Yeah, you keep messing with my slippers, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But let's go into more scriptures concerning what was the next step if that law that the Most High put in the spirit of Moses to institute didn't work. What else they had to draw from? Let's go to Deuteronomy, the 24th chapter now. We're gonna read Deuteronomy 24 verse 1, right? More laws to keep us accountable, right? So now this is the law where you say, yo, you know what, brother? I tried everything, nothing is working, man, and I just can't do it no more. So here it goes. Here's what it was under Moses.
Deuteronomy chapter 24 verse 1. When a man have taken a wife and married her.
When a man have taken a wife, so that means this is what? Voluntarily. No one forced him to do it. You made a conscious decision to take her, right? Go ahead.
And it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes.
See, now all of a sudden he just I can't stand her no more. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong in his eyes. Go ahead.
Because he hath found some uncleanness in her.
That could be anything. That word uncleanness could be anything. It don't mean she's a dirty person. It could be anything, like she don't cook on time. She always complaining. She's always, you know what I'm saying? Just always find a reason to just like, yo, I can't stand this chick no more. I just can't do it. Go ahead.
Then let him write her a bill of divorcement and give it in her hand and send her out of his house.
Yo, Moses got to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm so sick and tired of y'all coming to me about this woman. And you woman coming to me about this guy. Like, what's wrong with y'all? So Moses had to institute this part of the law because it was too much. And as you can see, that sin that Adam did plagued, it didn't just cause the whole society of mankind to downfall, but it really hurt us the family structure of the children of Israel, what the Most High wanted to institute through us being the example of the world. If we couldn't get it right with the marriages, how was the world going to get it right? Right? So read that part again. What verse you was at?
1.
Go, okay, go ahead.
Verse 1.
No, read verse 2.
Verse 2.
So you see that? So if he still can't deal with her, he's still finding, the little things to say I can't deal with her no more. Then Moses said, you know what? Write her a bill of divorcement. Go ahead and put her out your house. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
So now you're free to be another man's wife. You're not my headache no more. Go give somebody else a headache. So now what's going to happen when she give the other man a headache? Go ahead.
Verse 3. And if the latter husband hate her.
And if the next husband hate her now. Oh God, why you gave her to me, man? Why you sending this girl over here, man? But go ahead. Go ahead.
And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement, and giveth it in her hand, and sendeth her out of his house, or if the latter husband die, which took her to be his wife, verse 4, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that, she is defiled. For that is abomination before the Most High. And thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy power giveth thee for an inheritance.
So now, if the former husband divorced her, or if the new husband divorces her now, or if the new husband dies, she can no longer go back to her first husband because she's been with somebody else. So that means she has to remain by herself until the rest of her life. So that was part of the law that Moses had to institute because of there was constant marriage struggles, and we see that going on today. Is marriage constant? But
Read 5.
Huh?
Read 5.
No.
All right.
So basically, that was instituted under Moses. So now let's see what Christ came to do to correct this, because this understanding of divorcing got taken out of hand. We could see that how this could get taken out of hand when Christ could easily when all we had to do was go back and look at the former and see how it was, because there's no account of Adam divorcing Eve. Adam could have been like, yo, I'm not dealing with you no more. You made me eat that apple. Like, now we all finish. That could have been a clear example for Adam to divorce Eve. But did he divorce her? He had to deal with her through her faults. Because it's no longer one person dealing with the fault, it's both of them dealing with the faults. You understand? So now let's go to what the master teacher says, Christ. Let's go to see what he said concerning marriage and divorcing, right? So we go into the book of Matthew, right? Matthew 19. Just take it at verse 1. Matthew 19, verse 1. Everybody should know this already. Matthew 19, verse 1.
You already feel official with this, Avery. Thanks again, man. Feel official with this.
Go ahead.
What's the next page? Matthew 19, verse 1. And it came to pass, then when Yashaiah had finished these sayings, he departed from Galilee and came into the coast of Judea beyond Jordan. And great multitudes followed him, and he healed them there. Verse 3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause?
See that? They're saying that knowing the law. You know the Pharisees, the law police. Where your fringes, brother? I see your beard is a little, you don't got your beard, it's not rounded, like you got to be round. We know the law police. So there you go where he said they tempted him now, saying, yo, is it all right for a man to put away his wife for every cause? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And he answered and said unto them, Have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
See, here you go, bringing them back to the beginning of what the institution of marriage. right? He's bringing them to what was instituted from the beginning. So if they kept that understanding, there would be no need for divorce. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh.
And now you got to think about it. How can one flesh be separated now? You stuck together. You cleaving to, you know what I'm saying? It's like y'all meshed now. And what really seals y'all together is the children. I can't leave my kids, man. Because what's coming right behind you? Child support. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's deeper than child support. But, you know, that's what really keeps the family together is the children. Like what the example you need for the children to have. That's a complete structure. So now when you see certain kids, they're growing up a certain way because that family structure, they need that family structure, right? For them to grow in a certain way. Go ahead.
Verse 6. Wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh.
Go ahead.
What therefore the Most High hath joined together, let not man put asunder.
You see that? So let not man put asunder. So basically, Moses is a man. So what Moses instituted, he basically destroyed that law. He basically took away that law. You know what I'm saying? He took away that law of divorcement. But there still stands under one circumstance. Go ahead.
Verse 7. They say unto him, why did Moses then command to give a writing of divorcement?
So there you go. Look at that. Mhm.
And to put her away?
See that? They're still not understanding what Christ is saying. Christ is saying, yo, I'm destroying that doctrine right there.
But Moses had said,
You know what I'm saying? But now let's see what this is why he's the master teacher. Go ahead.
Verse 8. He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts.
Because of the what?
The hardness of your hearts.
It's because of your hearts. It's because you guys are not willing to forgive each other. You guys have let Satan come into the point where y'all can't even look eye to eye no more. Satan is putting that in your heart. That's the hardness of your heart right there. Because y'all refuse to get along and refuse to get it right. Moses is like, I'm not dealing with this. Yo, put her away. I don't care anymore. Just do what y'all want to do. It was unbearable at a certain point in time. Y'all coming to me for the same time. She moved the soap again. How much time you gonna fight with me about the soap? Like, so that's why Moses was like, you know what? Just write a letter and send her out because I can't. So read what Christ said again.
Verse 8.
Oh
He
man.
saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning it was not so.
From the beginning, this was not so. You never seen Adam throw away Eve. You never seen Abraham throw away Sarah. You never seen Isaac throw away Rebecca. You never seen Jacob throw away Rachel. You never seen that happen. That never happened. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication.
So only under one circumstance, adultery. That's the only way you could put away your wife. But say it, read that part again. Whosoever what?
Whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication.
So if you putting out your wife because she ain't cook, or you putting out your wife because she ain't do her laundry, or you putting out your wife because she didn't fold the clothes, what?
And shall marry another,
And you take another wife,
committeth adultery.
you committing adultery right there. Just point blank period. You can't go around it. You can't. If you putting away your wife if you putting away to somebody that you chose to deal with, and you call her your wife for any other reason besides fornication, and you take on another person, that's adultery. So that's between you and the Most High at the end of the day.
Even if that lady knows that you were already married, like
You said what?
even if that wife already knew you were married before, she's committed adultery too, or it's just the man.
No, he's speaking.
Where it's vice versa. If the man committed adultery and
No, but what about if she was single and he, like, he got divorced?
she was single
Yeah, she was single.
and he was and he
she knew about it.
and she knew that he had adultery and that's why she's divorced.
Yeah.
That's fornication. That's still adultery too.
What about if she never married?
If she never married, right?
They married a man that was married before.
that's still adultery, because she has to, the wife the wife that he is separated from because of adultery can no longer be living. She has to be dead. Yeah, that's the only way he could take on another wife. And but she would be innocent in that case, because she's not, the other party is not alive.
Wait, so if the man, let's say the woman, let's say the man commits fornication,
Right.
commits adultery, and then they get the writing of divorce, and then the wife, I'm guessing she could go her separate ways. She could go in
Right.
but he can't, because if he does, that's
Yeah, he cannot, because he committed that.
So
That's his fault.
Commits adultery in the situation.
Cannot remarry, because that would be considered for fornication. Fornication, yes, that's what it is.
All right, no problem.
But if that woman that her husband just committed fornication remarried again and remarried someone else that was already married, so she's still in fornication?
Yes,
That's adultery.
that's adultery. Now is adultery.
In that case like that, we have to stone her.
No,
He said that.
yeah. So
No, what's crazy? He said it with a statement.
yeah. Now, but serious. But what would happen if? So let's read what Christ said, and then we'll go into it again. I don't want to get mixed
Read
up.
9 again.
Where you was at?
9. Read 9 again.
Yeah, read 9 again.
Verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committeth adultery.
So there it goes. If a man put away his wife because of adultery, and he marries another woman, that's fornication. If a man commits adultery on his wife and puts her away, or she puts him away, and he remarries again, that's adultery.
But she can remarry.
She can remarry because she's free from him,
Okay.
because he committed it.
But she have to marry someone that never married.
Yes, she would have to marry somebody who's not an adulterer.
But look how technical this is. You
It-
might as well just stay with the.
You might as well stay with, exactly, because in this day and age, who knows who's been with who, right? So go ahead.
The last line in verse 9. And whoso marrieth her, which is put away, doeth commit adultery.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. His disciples say unto him, if the case of the man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry. Verse 11. But he said unto them, all men cannot receive this saying, save they to whom it is given.
So there you go. So Christ came to fix what we couldn't fix on our own. That's why he came. That's why he's the Savior. He had to come and fix that. He came and fixed every area that we was dealing with. Marriage, children, you understand, how to deal with one another. But this in particular case, he's talking about marriage. So what Moses instituted with the divorce, just putting her away for no reason, that's done. You made your bed, now you gotta sleep in it, basically. So there's no such thing as, man, you coming to me like, bro, I can't, man. Every night I'm coming home, man, she's bothering me, man. I can't do it. You made the choice, brother. That's on you. You understand? And when you look at it, that's actually protecting the innocence, you know what I'm saying, of our woman, of our woman, because the other nations ain't gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? We were taught to just start dealing with different people. That's not righteous. In the Old Testament, we were supposed to protect the daughters of Zion and not give them a shameful name as a harlot. Because you doing that, you sending her off, you letting her do what she's gonna do now. Now she's gonna get a bad name, like, yo, you heard about such and such? Yo, I heard about her, yo, it's crazy. Now everybody know about such and such now. Because you could have stopped that if you dealt with her correctly. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we need to come back to. You know what I'm saying? So brothers and sisters, we gotta understand that we gotta keep what we have together, and I'm gonna show you what confirms that. So Christ came to fix that. So now let's see, what can we do on our own to fix it? What steps can we take being with our significant others? What can we do? What can we draw from, or what can we use to keep our marriages or our union holy, right? Not only just holy, but what? fresh,
Yeah, fresh.
right? What else? What's some good? Come on, brothers. Y'all looking like y'all a little done right now. Y'all want the bill of divorcement raise? Anybody need the bill of divorcement right here? No, what I said was what are some of the things that we could do, what examples can we draw from, or what can we use to keep our unions or our marriages intact? But we're gonna get it from the scriptures. I just want to see what y'all brothers got to say.
Patience.
Patience. Okay.
Patience. She said patience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
One of the things I got from the scriptures was not to go to bed angry.
Not to go to bed angry. Okay, that's a great one.
Communication.
Bitterness.
Communication, right? Okay.
So communication. What about not?
My advice. My advice to everybody in here would just be earplugs.
Say what?
Earplug? Nah, no, it's not.
Earplugs.
Not earplugs, but you know, sometimes we like. All right, in relationships and marriages, is a ego thing. Sometimes it's a pride thing. We always want to have the last word. See, I told you. No, I told you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we gotta learn when the other one is going off. You just gotta be like, ah, you got it, right? And just don't fuel the fire. You know what I'm saying?
How about when they walk away? They think they're gonna walk away and be like,
Okay, now we get into some deep issues. I don't want. Nah, but.
Next scripture, brother.
All right. Matter of fact, let's go into the scripture.
Wait.
Next scripture,
Let me just nip it in the bud. Gentlemen, just listen. That's it. You just listen.
There you go.
They're
That
gonna
don't
talk.
always work. That don't always work.
Oh, stop that. They're gonna talk themselves out.
No, 'cause sometimes
When they slow down and they get it all out, then you like, listen, all right, I understand. Always say that you understand.
Yo, brother, you can't tell them the scheme now.
I ain't know the scheme.
Don't tell them the scheme.
Let me finish. You really have to understand, because
Yo,
they're gonna question you. It's like a quiz.
I'm saying.
They're gonna question you on everything they told you. So you really have to listen. Then when they feel like they could trust you, they're gonna open up and like, all right, babe, look, I can't take the fact that you come to bed with dirty feet. I can't do it. Then they're gonna listen to you like, all right, babe, look, all right.
I'm gonna fix that.
Yeah, I'll fix it. Then that's the thing. You just have to listen. Just
Right.
Even when they are wrong.
Huh? Oh yeah, that's. But then you have to realize you have to say something interesting to get them.
All right, so pretty much. All right, let's go into the scriptures. All right, because we could all be Dr. Phil in here. I know everybody in here got their own remedies how to deal with their wives, but let's go into the scriptures and see how the scriptures say how we should deal with each other. Right? All right. So we in Colossians 3. We're gonna take it at verse 12. Colossians 3, verse 12. Let's listen to this. We're gonna read from 12 to 21.
Colossians chapter 3, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Put on, therefore, as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering.
So you see, this is what we have to put on as being the elect of the Most High.
I'm sorry.
Colossians 3, starting at verse 12.
Right before Thessalonians.
So, as being the elect of the Most High, we have to put on what? The bowels of mercy. So we always got to be merciful one to another. Understanding sometimes he or she may not understand what I understand. So let me sympathize with you. Let me take my time. Let me not just scream at you. You know what I'm saying? Let me try to teach you so that way next time you don't do it again. Let's put on mercy with our significant others, right? What else?
Meekness.
Let's be meek with each other. Right? Humbleness. What else?
Long-suffering.
Long-suffering. Every time after she finished eating the food, she gotta suck every finger. You know what I'm saying? That bothers me. That bothers me. But I'm gonna be long suffering. I'm gonna be long suffering so that way I don't have to, you know what I'm saying, lash out. Like you just start looking at her, your significant other, like, why are you always doing that? But you know what? It's my wife. I'm gonna take her as she is. You gotta learn the deal. You gotta learn the deal. You understand? You gotta learn the deal. Where else? Where we at?
Verse 13. Forbearing one another.
Forbearing one another. See? Forbearing one another. That means if he or she has a fault, you gotta deal with it. You gotta learn to cope with it or help them get over that fault. You can't just be like, nah, that's you on your own. Go ahead.
And forgiving one another.
Forgiving one another. Go ahead.
If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye.
Look at that. Look at that. The same way the Most High forgives us for the littlest things, we can't even forgive each other. What does that show? That we taking the Most High mercy for granted. Like, yo, that's like the parable that Christ gave about the servant who owed his master money, and then the master pardoned his servant, but when the servant went out, he went and beat up the dude that owed him money. And then when the master heard about that, what he did to him? Finished him. You know what I'm saying? So we got to learn. That's the example. The Most High is being merciful to us each and every day. We got to learn to do that with each other. If we can't forgive each other, how we expect the Most High to forgive us? And we never even met the Most High. We never even seen him. You understand? We got to understand that. Go ahead.
Verse 15. No, verse 14. And above all these things, put on charity.
Put on charity. Always helping out. Go ahead.
Which is the bond of perfectness. Verse 15. And let the peace of the Most High rule in your hearts.
And let the peace of the Most High rule in your hearts. Go ahead.
To the which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. 16. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yasha'ah, giving thanks to the Most High Ahia and the Father by him.
See that? Go ahead.
Verse 18. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
So after following those guidelines, we're supposed to be able to do this now. Read that part again.
Verse 18. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands.
Submit yourself unto your own husbands. Okay? What does the word submit mean?
Ladies?
We're not gonna just target the ladies. Brothers, what? Let me get a...
Why you have to say something?
What? Okay, let me get a brother. What does the word submit mean?
Complete subjection.
Complete subjection, right? So it says, wives, submit to your husbands.
Would it
right?
be to minister to?
To minister to? Yeah, you could say that. Right? Go ahead. What else we got there?
Verse 18. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as it is fit in the Most High. Verse 19.
See, it is fit in the Most High. So the Most High would want you to do that. Right? The same way we submit to the Most High, you know what I'm saying? We have to do that with each other. Go ahead.
Verse 19. Husbands, love your wives and be not bitter against them.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the woman, how can a husband love their wives? Don't say anything like buy me new shoes or something. That's not, nah, let me say, go ahead. What would it be example of husbands loving their wives?
Listening, understanding.
Listening, understanding.
Caring.
Caring, what else?
Nothing, just caring.
Okay.
Protecting, providing.
Protecting, providing.
Teaching.
Teaching, that's a good one. That's a very good one. And Paul even said it. If a woman should learn, let her ask her husband at home. Right? Go ahead.
That's it.
That's it? All right, go ahead.
Verse 20. Children, Obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Most High.
So you see, Paul was actually, I would say, sealing the deal after Christ came and put what Moses law to death. He's actually showing the structure from the woman, from the man, the woman, and the child. So all that, if the wife submits to the husband and the husband loves his wife, then ultimately your children will what? Obey both parents, because they see the love there. They see, okay, mommy is doing this and daddy does this and they helping me, so I'm gonna listen to what mommy and daddy say. So that's a complete structure right there. If we follow these guidelines, if we follow these guidelines, you understand, that would keep the whole family structure. The Most High will be behind it 100%. And you got your kids obeying you. You got the husband loving the wife, and we got the wife listening to the husband. That's a perfect household.
No stress.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged.
See that? So we all, and fathers as well, we have an obligation to not anger our children. We can discipline them, but there's a certain way we can do it, and to get them to understand I'm not just doing this because I hate you or whatever the case is. Right? So let's get some more on that. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 7. So like I said, we letting the scriptures show us how to deal with our marriages. Not what we feel or not what we think, but we will go into the scriptures. All right? 1 Corinthians 7, take it at verse 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. Verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence.
So the husband must render unto his wife due benevolence. Anybody know what the word benevolence mean?
Like something equal.
Like basically like always helping her. Right? Let me get that for y'all. Like it's basically what you would expect from your significant other, you should give it to, basically. Right? You got it?
Yeah.
You can read it.
Well-meaning and kindly.
See, well-meaning and kindly. Go ahead.
Serving a charitable rather than a profit-making purpose.
See, being more charitable rather than looking for a profit, right? The Greek that was there is Noah, which is kindness, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Let the husband render unto the wife due benevolence, and likewise also the wife unto the husband.
So basically, both looking out for each other, right? Go ahead.
The wife hath not power over her own body.
Read that again.
Verse 4. The wife hath not power of her own body.
The wife have not power over her own body. Go ahead.
But the husband.
But the husband. Go ahead.
And likewise also the husband hath not power over his own body.
And the husband as well. You have not power over your own body as well. Go ahead.
But the wife.
But the wife. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Defraud ye not one the other.
Okay, now it's getting a little more mature now. It says defraud not one another. Right? Go ahead, read that again.
Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time.
Except it be for consent for a time. Here's an example. Go ahead.
That ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer.
So you may give yourself to fasting and prayer. So we're not supposed to defraud ourselves of those needs, basically. You understand? From each other. Unless it's for fasting and praying. Go ahead.
And come together again,
And then come together again. Go ahead.
that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency.
Incontinency, yeah. So there it goes. So we have to understand, according to the definition, marriage is continually renewed by that action, right? And the longer you stay without that, now here comes in temptation. You understand? So we got to be mindful of those things when we dealing with our partners. And let's see what the Most High have to say about marriage. Let's go to Hebrews 13:4. Read that real quick. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4. Get that real quick. So we're not supposed to defraud. We're not supposed to defraud each other when it comes to that. You know?
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
See, marriage is honorable in all. Go ahead.
And the bed undefiled.
And the bed undefiled.
No.
So whatever you two decide to do in y'all bedroom, it's the Most High has ordained it because it's holy, right? And the marriage bed is undefiled. Go ahead.
But whoremongers
and
adulterers
the
Most High will judge.
The Most High will judge. Thank you. So there you go. So those are the things that we can work on in our households to keep the family structure the way it's supposed to be. Because we already see that Satan and his angels or his demons are trying to disrupt that family structure. You understand? So especially for us brothers who's here, we gotta take responsibility for what we're doing at the end of the day. Why am I pointing at the men? Why am I pointing at the men?
Head of the household.
Huh?
Priest.
You said head of the household, priest, right? We are ahead of the woman, so it's up to we're responsible to keep that order, right? We're responsible. We make choices, and we gotta stand up as men. You can't run away from the choices that we've made. We put ourselves in. No one told you to do what you do at the end of the day. That's who you chose to be with. Deal with it now. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing. And what's deep too, I was reading the book of Tobit. I want to show y'all. Marriages are ordained from the beginning. The Most High already has you specifically lined up for somebody already from the beginning. It's up to you to fix it now. Right? Let's get this conclusion right here. Let's go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible. Ecclesiastes. Well, Ecclesiasticus is also in the Bible, but not in the Apocrypha. Let's go into the Ecclesiastes. Wise King Solomon said. This is gonna sum it all up. All right. Ecclesiastes 9:9.
Ecclesiastes what?
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 9. All right. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 9. Live joyfully with the wife, whom thou lovest all the days of the life of thy vanity, which he hath given thee under the sun, all the days of thy vanity, for that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun.
So you see, we're commanded to live joyfully, right, with the wife of our youth, because that's all we're giving in this life. This is our portion in this life. Our marriages, our children, what we have obtained in this life of vanity, because it's all we have. So if you have that, live cheerfully with that, live joyfully with that, because there's people who look at people who's married and say, "Ah, man, I wish I had that." They wish they could have that, but they don't have it.
Yep.
This is their portion in this life. This is our portion in this life. You understand? All right, so with that, we're going to conclude it. We're going to say shalom. All right, and I pray this message and this lesson was beneficial to everybody sitting here. And I guess this was beneficial for me too. All praises to the Most High. All right.